everyone. Today's video is going to be a beautiful abstract terracotta set, really easy to make and very different from what I have actually put up on my channel so far. So this is a slab of 0.6 centimeters in thickness. I smoothen this using my fettling knife and I use a cookie cutter, rather a set of cookie cutters. This is the biggest one. The green one basically is 2 inches in diameter, and that's going to be the outer diameter of the entire pendant. I'm just lining all of it with a little bit of oil. I think over time people have asked me if there is a specific oil that I use. There's nothing specific. I just use anything that's available at home. Coconut, olive oil, anything, just a little bit of it, that's it. So if you see, I've cut it through, so there's like a ring, a large ring that is formed. Well, not large, but the outer diameter of this particular piece is 2 inches. Again, just making sure it's really smooth, because in this particular ring there is going to be no designing. It's going to go straight into firing just as it is, and it's just going to be painted. Cutting out a small piece. Once again, smoothening this. These are all individual pieces that will come together only post firing. So please do watch the video till the end. Using a nozzle and adding a couple of designs on the side of this little bead. Parts of a pen, basically. Again, back to my nozzle. Using a needle tool over here. Now I use a hole maker in order to make a floral kind of a pattern. Once again, this is done on both the sides. It's not a single, it's not done just on one side, it's done on both the sides. I'm using a head pin to create a hole, a straight through and through hole. I'm doing the same thing for the for this ring as well, rather the pendant. Just making sure it's exactly straight. The hole should be exactly opposite to each other. Just widening it using my needle tool. And if you see, it's exactly straight and it's opposite to each other. These are for the earrings. I am maintaining a similar thickness even for the earrings, but it's not going to be that heavy because if you see, I'm going to cut out the outer shape, and then I'm going to again cut it through like how I did for the pendant. So about 75% of the weight goes away there itself. And there you go. Just making sure it's really nice and smooth. Like I said, there won't be any kind of carving or no amount of detailing is going to be done on this particular rim. So it's best that there's a nice smooth finish. Once again, hole exactly opposite to each other, completely through and through. Now we'll see how all these individual parts, once they are completely dried, it's fired in an electric kiln, and we'll see how all of them come together. So this is after it's been fired. You see that it's visibly lighter in color, lighter in weight as well. I'm adding a bunch of terracotta beads, a couple of terracotta beads, and I'm also going to be using these glass seed beads, very easily available in any fancy store. And this particular color is antique brass. So I'm just going to be using a few of them. I am going to be using 3 head pins in all, 1 for the pendant and 2 for the earring. The colors that I'm going to be using are milky white, yellow, ochre, red and dark green. The brushes are mostly liner brush. Rather only liner brush. The reason why you don't see me using a broad brush over here is there is no base coat that I'm going to do for this particular set. So another thing that is unique about this is you would typically see me paint and then assemble. In this case, I am first assembling the piece and then going to paint. So if you see, I've put the head pin through, and then after it's through, I put one seed bead, one terracotta bead, the central focal bead, again a terracotta bead and a seed bead. So in this manner, I'm just setting the pendant, and I will be setting the earring as well, and only then painting it. This way, the advantage in this particular pendant is that it is not going to get scratched. And this is how I have assembled the earrings. I've basically just used a terracotta bead in the center and then seed beads on either sides of the terracotta bead. For the earrings, I trim off using my cutting plier, and then using my round tip nose plier, I make a loop. And that's it. Now we can begin painting. I start off with dark green. And like I said, I am going to be using the original terracotta color itself as the base coat, or rather the backdrop in this particular piece. And that is also another reason why I have chosen this set of colors. That's yellow ochre for the floral pattern. There is just a lot of room for creativity in this particular piece. The design can be anything, and it's also the overall simplicity of the entire piece. So you can obviously choose to keep it really simple, or a lot of times, sometimes even keeping this outer ring plain also can be really nice, or just in one color can also be very nice. The cord that I am going to be using to assemble this particular one is a dark green color cord, and that is another predominant reason why I have chosen these set of colors. I think they just go really well. This particular set is basically something which is which I designed in mind. Well, it should be worn long. So when something like that is worn at, say, about this, the cord length is about 16 inches. So when something like that is worn that long, there is always a chance that the pendant can flip or can turn. And that is one of the main reasons why it is necessary for pendants like these to have designs on both the sides. So in this particular one as well, the painting is actually the exact same painting is replicated on the back as well. Once again, predominantly using just my liner brushes, liner brush basically throughout the painting part. And I have repeated the same thing on the back side of that particular pendant as well. I'm going to be doing the same thing for the earrings. The central bead in green, this beautiful green, and then the outer rim on, following the same color combination of red and green. Rather red, green, yellow ochre and white. I just had these seed beads and somehow I thought this color somehow seemed to just look better, because I did try it with a little bit of gold as well, and I somehow thought the antique brass looked better. Now that you see everything is completely dried and it's time to varnish, rather the paint is completely dried and it's time to varnish. So that's the product I use. I give it a good shake and transfer a little bit of the contents into a bowl or a container, and then this is probably the only time when I'm using a broad brush. I just try and apply an even coat all over. If you see, when the earrings are nicely done and varnished, both sides painted. So like I said, even if they turn, it wouldn't matter. With regard to assembling, obviously I have these hooks. I have a jump ring for the pendant. I have my pliers and I have the Dori. And this is something that I got from India like a couple of years ago. I will try and see if I can provide a link in the description box of this video. So to start off with, I put the jump ring through the pendant and then the cord. It's as simple as that. I just close the jump rings off and there you go. That's it. Simple and really beautiful. I think it'll go really well even with a nice shirt or just a simple kurta. For the earrings, I'm using my round tip nose plier, and that's it. This pretty set is ready. I really hope you all enjoyed watching this video. I am super happy with the way this set has turned out. Thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for watching. Do let me know what you think of the video in the comment section.